Some funny things happened over the past few days. I made a video giving my honest opinion on the Fallout show. I thought I gave a decent enough explanation as to why I thought the show was just okay, and I explicitly said I liked it and that I don't hate it. I really should make this clear. I do like it. I actually want to start with what I liked. The big one is that it looks and feels like Fallout, but despite these complaints, I don't hate it. I really struggled to find a reason to hate what I watched. With all those spoilers in mind, look, I don't hate the show. I still found it enjoyable and I would still recommend it. Hey, I'm happy for the fans that the show did well and that it raked in a lot of players for Fallout. Like that's awesome. I even felt like playing Fallout 1 and 2 for the first time and maybe revisiting the other games I haven't touched since 2017. That video wasn't really well received, which at first I thought, oh, they just disagree with me. Like that's fine. Like we don't have to see eye to eye. But no, it's actually much more funnier than that. If there is one thing I learned from reading the comments on that video, I guess when it comes to Fallout fans, it's apparently not okay to say something is okay, which is really bizarre. Because the typical argument is usually we may not like the same thing, but hey, we can still coexist, right? But actually, it's more like, hey, we both like the same thing. You just think it's a masterpiece. I think it's okay. Surely we should be able to coexist and be fine, right? Well, it's also a case of people just straight up lying and just not understanding what I was trying to say. But the point is, I'm supposed to be dishonest. I'm not allowed to say it's fine. I'm not allowed to make any criticisms. I'm not allowed to say things like Arcane should be the standard for video game adaptations over Fallout. I gotta be like everybody else and say it's the greatest video game show ever made. It's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, completely flawless. I mean, it really is fascinating because if I had to summarize my video, it really is just me saying I'm not the biggest fan of Fallout, like the franchise, I mean, which doesn't mean I hate it. When you say you're not the biggest fan of something, that just means you're not a diehard fan, because their games are janky as hell. It's not a secret to anyone, and it's fun to meme on Bethesda for that.
All of this just works 16 times the detail.
That doesn't mean I didn't have an interest in watching Fallout and that I'd not check out a Fallout 5 game if that ever happened. Like, I just played a couple games and think they're fine. And I really just had fun talking about why I thought the show was okay and gave it a lot of criticisms as well as some compliments. As well as that I wished Halo got this level of treatment. Like, the title literally says it all. Trust me, if I really hated something, you would know. I would hope someone can help me understand why being neutral yet leaning positively towards Fallout is wrong. Because, guys, these comments, they're hilarious, they're funny, but they're not exactly helpful.
It's always the smallest, youngest channels that want to be ones who talk like their opinion is the most important, lol.
I just gave my honest opinion, man. I'm not claiming to be smarter than anyone else, like, just relax. Also, this channel is pretty old, technically speaking.
I just came here to say you're wrong. Okay, that is all.
I mean, fair enough, but I would hope for some examples, like, what am I wrong about, and why? And please do not tell me you're implying you did not watch the video. I feel like this is gonna be a common trend here because, like I said, I don't hate the show.
Brother ended his own channel.
Okay, well, if we have to go down this rabbit hole, I went up in subs a little bit, so I don't know what you're smoking, man. Honestly, I hate talking about all these numbers and views, because I just want to make honest videos. If something gets a lot of attention and subs, cool. If it doesn't, cool. Like, I don't do this for a living, like, look at me. I always find it funny that a lot of YouTube comments talk more about views and the health of my channel than myself, as opposed to actually engaging with what I said. Like, oh, my channel is dead, guys. My career is over. Wait, but I never had one though, and I still don't.
Biggest hell take on YouTube so far. Blood over here trying to act like an intellectual. Defending a guy failing to be unique and different by hating on an already successful TV show.
I said I liked it. Like, did you not watch the video? Look, I ain't claiming to be part of a gang of intellectuals. I'm flattered you think that. But at least I would personally watch a video from start to finish before making a cringe comment like this, because you're obviously wrong. And hey, I chose to say the show is okay instead of being like everyone else saying it's the second coming of Christ. I feel like I succeeded at being different, even though that wasn't even the main goal.
Brother's a hater.
You see what I mean? You say you like it multiple times, but somehow it's just not good enough, I guess.
The show is objectively great. Great characters and feels exactly like a Fallout game.
Hey, fair enough. You know, what's funny, I also said it looks and feels like Fallout, so I half agree. I still believe this isn't something that should be praised heavily. Like, wow, the show looks like it's the thing it's trying to adapt. Holy crap. That should just be an expectation. It's like with video games. It's an expectation that a game should be released feature complete. You can even go further than that and say like, oh, I don't know, a game not having predatory microtransactions should just be a standard. This is now just good marketing material, and I kind of don't like that standards for media have gotten this low, but whatever, I guess. Also, wait, hey man, you use the word objectively. Be careful, man. You're not allowed to put your opinion on a pedestal like that. Someone might just pop a blood vessel seeing that, but you were way more positive and probably shared their opinion, so they'd give you a gold star instead, I bet.
I shut this shit off as soon as the dude said he skips through every terminal and doesn't read anything and shoots everything. No wonder you don't understand the law.
Well, that's not what I said. I don't shoot everyone I see, and I do read and listen to the dialogue. I'm not the biggest fan of Fallout. I've played Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4. If you asked me how is the lore, how is the story in these games, you find weapons, you kill people, you kill monsters, you never read terminals. But like I said, I'm not as ingrained in the Fallout lore. I just know the basics. I'm not sure if, for instance, the finale will piss someone off. I just listen to the story. That's it. I said all of this for a reason. It's to let you know this is an opinion from someone who doesn't know much about the story and the lore. I never claimed to understand the lore. Like, I don't know what you're on about, man. That was the purpose of the first 10 seconds, because I don't think you should know the lore to understand the show. That's why the majority of my complaints were about the story within the show and not so much about lore accuracy. Just as an example, like, I didn't know shit about League of Legends. I don't even play League. But why is it that I rated Arcane as the king of video game adaptations? Because the goats who made that show know how to tell a good coherent story without being lazy with the details. And I firmly believe when you're watching an adaptation, whether it's for a game or a book, it's lazy writing to tell someone to look at external material to understand the show. Funny enough, I gave Fallout a compliment in that regard. You don't need to like play the games to understand the show. Like, that's great. Now, as much as I would like to have a, British text-to-speech read this whole thing, I'm not going to do that because this whole comment is an absolute mess. The only anti-Hollywood message I had in this video was when I referred to like 4 different TV shows that absolutely deserve a bashing. We've unfortunately had quite a few cases of a bunch of psychos in Hollywood, the sick freaks who eat cereal with a fork having this weird hate boner for source material and fans of that source material. If anything, wokeness is a topic I try to avoid because I'd rather just talk about the show instead of the message. It's obvious I'm not like Critical Drinker, and I don't plan to be. Like, Critical Drinker talks about woke Hollywood way more than me. Like, you have to be taking the piss here, man. Like, just calm down. And can you please clarify what I was dishonest about? I boldly, jokingly admit that I didn't read the terminals or remember them, them, but somehow I'm still dishonest in the eyes of some people. Like, how does that make any sense? I said I liked the show, but I wouldn't strongly recommend it. Theoretically, if someone asked me, hey, should I watch Arcane? Like, what do you think? I would be like, oh hell yeah, dude, like that show is amazing. Like, dude, it's great. Please don't sleep on it and watch it. For the love of God, watch Arcane. It's amazing. If they asked me if they should watch Fallout, I would be like, sure, go for it. Like, you'll probably like it. Like, you see the difference here? Like, what's dishonest about that? Am I really like the biggest edgelord for feeling this way? There are way more edgelords I've seen in these comments than myself. Ain't no way I'm the biggest edgelord here. Like, I'm just saying. You download a bunch of mods because the base game is beans without them, and you talk about how much you love Todd Howard despite how he never made a new game since Oblivion. Although, you know, maybe I was a bit edgy when poking fun at other adaptations and Bethesda games. You know, my bad, dude. I apologize. I'll be completely dishonest next time and tell you they're great if that's what you want.
No, I don't think I will.
And yeah, I am upset that Halo sucked. You know, what's wrong with that? I love Halo. That's why I criticize Halo heavily today, because the modern games and the show suck. I'm envious of Fallout, but in a good way. I'm happy that the Halo community so far has been using Fallout as a club against the Halo TV show, and I even did that myself at the end of my video. And real quick, as a Halo fan, I'm big sad. I'm happy for the fans of Fallout. I'm not mad. I'm totally not jealous that they got a faithful adaptation, alright? That was done decently enough that it brought more people to play Fallout games. Hell, I might even get in on that. Both of these got TV shows, and just look at the difference. It's so hilarious yet depressing at the same time. Just because I'm mad at Halo doesn't mean I docked off points for Fallout. If anything, like I felt extremely compelled to rate Fallout much higher. That tends to happen when you watch Halo and then you watch something decent like Fallout. But I feel like I would be lying to myself if I chose to let Fallout get away with mistakes in the story that I would absolutely criticize Halo for doing. I even said I did not want to break this whole Fallout show down like I did with Halo, and that was because I don't believe Fallout deserves that treatment. But anyway, look, I'm not gonna list off all the comments here. I'm more or less just trying to ask the question, is saying the show is okay a bad thing? Because I'm telling you right now, man, I'm getting a vibe that you'll get a bottle of acid thrown at your face for saying such things. I'm genuinely trying to understand. Like, it's a shame that the majority of these comments aren't helpful or just assume bad faith. There's a small amount of people that say they like the show and they would disagree with my take. That's fine, but damn, my god, man, you either say the show is a masterpiece or prepare to have your throat slit. It's not good enough that you say you liked it. Tell us it's amazing, you wanna be intellectual. You're a hater, bro. Fat L, bro. Get ratioed. I don't hate the show. Like, what is your deal? Guys, it's fine if this is the greatest show you've ever seen in your life. Hey, if someone told me this about the Halo TV show or anything else, maybe I'll poke fun at them, but I wouldn't tell them I hope their channel dies. I would just disagree with them, and that would just be it. Unless they wanted to talk about it more, which I would be fine with. There has to be way more other people out there that have said things way worse than myself. I don't know if this is a fan base thing, like if Bethesda fans are just absurdly tribalistic, or if this is just people on the internet losing their minds that someone dare say the show is okay instead of saying it's unbelievably good. So I hope that clears things up, because maybe I just wasn't clear, but unfortunate that some people just straight up lied and even gloated about not watching the video. But hey, it is what it is. This is YouTube after all. It's a funny platform with some funny people. Despite all this, I'd still tell you Fallout is okay, and I hope Season 2 is great. I'm honestly wishing the best for it. I mean, whoa, hold on guys, hold on, put the guns down. I said the show is okay, sorry, my bad. It's amazing. It's a 10 out of 10 show. I love it. The games are masterpieces. I love Todd Howard. Please don't stab me.